Hello everyone, Commander Bravebelly here. Today on the channel, I'm going to be reviewing the 24-hour MRE from the Brazilian Army. This is menu number 1. Apparently it's one of their better menu items. We have 1, 2, and 3 is known as the best tasting ones, allegedly, according to my subscribers, and I have meal number 1, so I'm excited about trying this. We're gonna be eating it all, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. All right, guys, first things first. So what happened is this arrived at my doorstep yesterday from Brazil, but my heart definitely dropped when I realized it was opened by U.S. Customs. See, it came in a FedEx bag like this, and it was torn, or it wasn't torn, I tore it open, duh. But anyway, yeah, see how it was opened by U.S. Customs. We have this orange sticker that says open for U.S. Customs and Border Protection 290 whatever, and apparently it was inspected in Brazil because it says inspeção screening okay, so it was checked there, so checked again. So I'm not gonna lie, I hate the fact that our customs does that, goes through our bags. After all, we're the one that's suffering for this. This is not illegal. It was torn open. A lot of other MREs have been molested by customs at JFK Airport, specifically anything that's like Russian. All my Russian MREs have been opened as of late. So I've lost hundreds of dollars on that, so it is what it is. Luckily, this one doesn't seem like anything was taken. This one seems all legit, because usually when they take something, they'll also put in paperwork that says what was confiscated and the reason. And usually it's meat because it's not declared by the government, which is a whole bunch of BS anyway, because I eat that meat all the time. It's fine. So here we have it. This was open. This looks closed. And this one is completely closed. So they didn't do a thorough job. They just did a quick look-see, okay? So we will open up the one that's already open first, just to double check, make sure nothing is missing. And so this one says Stroganoff de carne bovina rosso. I guess stroganoff. That's what I could get. Beef stroganoff and rice. That's how this looks. And so I would assume the stroganoff is in here, but it's not written up. Okay, so this is the rice, this is the stroganoff, and it comes in a paper kind of container like this, where we have all the ingredients written out. And does it have it in English? No, of course it doesn't, because this is from the Brazilian military, so this is all in Portuguese, and that's cool. We're just gonna set this aside. Okay, so I'm gonna show you real quick, but I'm gonna start off with breakfast. I haven't eaten all day, so it's time for breakfast. So rice, beef stroganoff, we have a packet of grape juice, and it looks like it's open. They must have checked if it's like cocaine or something, who knows? You never know if that's what they checked, so that's not nice. It looks like it was cut with a knife. It didn't just open itself. You see how it's perfectly in the middle like that? So this was done by my government. So it's a shame. It's a shame, because that's money that I'm losing and nobody's going to pay me back, even though I didn't break any laws. All right, we have their, I guess what they call farina, cassava. Okay, so that goes on top. We have their cafe con leche. So we're going to have that now, because then we have the isotonic lime drink, or lemon. Then we have their fruity salad drink, little tutti frutti drink. This is delicious. We have 2 sugars. We have protein bar, cookies and cream protein bar. We have some kind of candy, goiabina. So this is like some kind of fruit bar. We have the crackers, of course, and then another coffee. So this is more like an espresso, being that this is like a latte. You drink it with the cream, and this is like my favorite coffee ever in MREs. This is how I like my coffees when they come from MREs. Usually I never drink them sweet, but these I love. And this is just like straight up small little coffee. almost meant to drink like a espresso. And we got 2 strawberry jams that we're gonna have on the crackers. But let's look at the breakfast portion right now. We're gonna start off with, I'm just gonna call this breakfast, it's a smaller bag. Fiao cariaco com linguacão. I can't read that at all, sorry guys. I tried. And I'm gonna just use my Gerber. This is one of my favorite Gerbers because it's small but does the job. It's the sharpest one I have too. It's got a little skull crusher on the back, you know, for breaking glass. The grip is absolutely perfect with the rubber, so it's like sinks into your hand so well, fits my hand perfectly. It's got the little jagged edge for like cutting seat belts or anything like type of materials. And of course, the sharp stabby point. It's a little dirty, don't mind it. I think it's plastic that melted on it, but look how, this is butter. You see how sharp it is? Anyway, let me put the knife away. That's that for the Gerber. Of course, it's got a beautiful little sheath that clips in, very light too, clips in light. So it's, you know, you don't have to be opening something up hardcore. You could just in and out if you need it quick. But anyway, I don't know if you guys could pick up the rain, but we have a crazy rainy day today, like very rainy, and it was thundering all night long. So yeah, so then looks like we have some kind of sweetener. This perhaps might not be sugar. This one looks like sugar, and this is premium sugar, and this one, I don't know. Maybe just regular basic ass sugar. Could be. Looks like something open in here. I already see the stickiness. We have chocolate milk. Check that out. We have the little guava fruit jam spread, and it looks a little squeezed. I'm eating all this stuff regardless, so don't you guys worry, I'm not picky, but there's definitely guava on everything. All right, so another protein bar. So we have another lemon drink, another guava bar, or another guava jam, I'm sorry. There goes the second pack of sugar. This is the main, we got the rice and the actual food in here. And this is of course all the information, that's the rice and that's the food. It's not a big deal for me to learn everything. And yes, I have a translator on my phone. I don't like using it. I just like eating my food like this and going on this adventure. So there's no cafe here. There's no latte here, just a coffee. Another drink. This is the delicious orange one that I've had before, and a cracker, and some of this banana bar, one of my favorite bars that the Brazilians have, big staple of the country. So we have 2 mains over here. So we're gonna start heating this stuff up now. And let's open this. Got a reason to use my knife. Oh, you hear that thunder? Like butter. All right, and so we have the matches, the regular wooden matches, old school style, box of matches. Looks like a high quality production wrapped in like a little indigo paper, so it looks nice. Then we have the fire starter. This is their alcohol, and it's jellied alcohol. Could stand upright. I like when they package stuff like this that you could set it down. We have the cleaning towelettes, which I gotta use now because my hands are sticky already. We have 1, 2 spoons for mixing our beverages. This is all instructions for use in Portuguese. We have the heating stove. We have the tablets for water purification. Luckily for me, I got waters on deck. And we have more cleaning towelettes. So I'm gonna use one of these towelettes right now, and we're gonna start this fire up. So it's evident that the Brazilian soldiers have like a canteen, and they have utensils and stuff like that given to them already. because obviously it didn't come in the packet, so we don't have nothing like to mix the food in, etc. So that would be a problem. So they are issued that stuff. Pans, these are military USA issued pots and pans that we have that fold away. So we're gonna just start cooking, guys. Don't mind the mess. It is what it is. So let's get this alcohol jelly. So I remember when I first did this review and I was questioning why are they giving alcohol jelly. You know, there are soldiers that could drink this stuff, you know, especially if you're an alcoholic. If there's a will, there's a way. And I was told by many of my subscribers that no, they put something bitter in there. That's not gonna happen. The soldiers come home. It's not like other militaries, they could just get drunk at home. They wouldn't do that. But others have told me that guys in the military actually indeed drink this. They mix this with this together and drink. Okay, so don't do that at home, okay guys? Don't do that. But apparently that's what they do. They specifically said the lemon drink. I don't know if that's this one. And now we have fire, guys. Now these things are dangerous because it's like, we have fire, yet you could barely see it. So I'm gonna open, so we're gonna keep the breakfast or this meal in one pot. We're gonna do it first. I'm just gonna pour it right out. That's what it's looking like. Ooh, you see that sausage peeking at you over there. Mmm. Okay, so we have beans and sausage and like some kind of sauce. Guys, let me know in the comments what's the name of this Brazilian food. If you guys eat this type of stuff at home, let me know. So set that aside. And we're gonna put the rice on there too. Let's heat that up first. And there's rice. Now, some people have told me to do the rice separate, but that's gonna take too long. If I was a soldier, I wouldn't be playing games like that. I dump it in here, so I'm gonna do the same. Now, first what I'm gonna do is, when I open it up, see white rice. You could just say, see regular old white rice. What I'm gonna do is kind of use my fork and mash it up so it's more aerated, the rice. So we kind of don't have like a solid brick. Oh, and of course it's so messy. I feel like all these MREs from every country is like very messy food. You got to be very careful in preparing the foods because they're so delicate. It gets everywhere. That's the one drawback with these things. So we're gonna put the rice right in there. Why not? Because how else would I heat up this rice? You know what I mean? I was also told to put these packets in a pot and boil them, like leave them in the packet and the food tastes better. Yeah, in the perfect world, that would be great, but we're out in the field over here, you know what I mean? We're just gonna do it like this. Let's see, is that, yeah, that thing is boiling on the bottom. That gel pack is boiling. So, all right, let's have that do its magic. And while that's happening, we're gonna get the other one ready. This one we're gonna do on the stove. And the reason being is we want it to be a little bit faster. Let me wipe my hands real quick and clean up over here. Let's see about this little, very small, smells like acetone. You know, it's rubbing alcohol basically. That's what it smells like. So these are good. This is like if you have a wound or something, that's perfect. This actually makes a lot of sense. So this is actually better than most countries' hand wipes because this is legit rubbing alcohol. That's cool. I've never experienced that. All right, so now we're gonna open packet number 2. That's the rice, and this is stroganoff. I believe that's what it, and this looks like, I mean, mush, just like a stew or something. And it smells more delicious. It smells more seasoned and flavorful and fatty. And it looks basically like it's the same type of food, but this one is more, mealy and mashed. That's really the only difference. So that's very interesting to me because it's so similar. Obviously that one had big pieces of sausage. This one I see smaller pieces of ham maybe, or beef since it's beef stroganoff, but that's what it's looking like. And so this is the rice. Now this is starting to boil lovely over here. Oh, what a mess I'm making. So it's unavoidable apparently. So, oh yeah. I taste the beans in that one. That one tasted like the juice from a can of beans. That's basically what it tasted like. Okay, so we're gonna put the rice in here now. Because like I said, how else am I supposed to heat up this rice? So of course I'm gonna do it together. Just makes all the sense in my opinion. And so that's how this looks like. And so I'm gonna heat it up right here. All right, let's get this little party started with the heating. We have fire. I'm gonna keep the fire a little low, hopefully not burn anything, and set that to the side, all right? And so now, since it's breakfast time, I'm gonna have my little coffee, my little cafecito. So first we're gonna have the delicious, beautiful latte. Now I was told that Brazilians love their coffee for breakfast. They love having their coffee with crackers. Usually their breakfasts are a little lighter, so that's indeed what we're gonna do first. We're gonna have some coffee with crackers and their jellies and stuff. So here it is. Café con leite and azúcar, so with sugar. Now it tells you how much water to put. Guess what? I'm not doing all that. I'm doing it quick and easy, not measuring. If you want to do that, that's fine, but the soldiers don't play around like that. They're not using measuring cups. Everything is eyeballed. Everything is eyeballed, trust me. And so this is the coffee, and it smells beautiful. It smells like a coffee you would make at home for yourself. Nice and delicious and rich and sweet and just looking great. Let me get a plate and I will get the crackers ready for breakfast time. So let me do some stirring over here. See the rice that I didn't break up, it's like a straight up block. So that's not pretty, but we're gonna have to break it up when we're on stable ground. I'm gonna add more of this, but I'm scared to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want this to catch over. So that's weird. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's open these crackers up. But creamy cracker biscuits. And so they're definitely sealed super good, air sealed. Seem very hard to open up, which is good. Oh yeah. Guys, let me know in the comments what type of knife the Brazilian Army, Marines, what kind of knives they are issued. I would like to find out, maybe perhaps buy one if it's cool. Oh yeah, and I smell the creaminess and the butteriness of the crackers. They smell like saltine crackers, and they're substantial in thickness. They're a good size. And so here, we'll try one. Tastes like a regular saltine biscuit. Very good. Wow, it's so good together because these are salty and this is sweet and creamy. So good. Just this and this without anything. This is a lovely treat. See, I read in the comments that usually Brazilians, they'll have a breakfast like this, where it's just the crackers with the coffee. And I'm glad I read that, because I know the proper way to you guys enjoy this now. Whereas maybe I would have been scooping up rice with these biscuits. Nope, it's not meant for that. It's meant for this. So first we're gonna do this strawberry jelly. If I could find my knife. I don't want to use this big old knife, but I guess I'm gonna have to. All right, so we're gonna use. I hate when that happens. It's such an annoyance. Like dealing with that. Like I said, everything is so delicate and flimsy when it comes to military foods. To me, that makes no sense. But I guess what can you do? I think they could re-engineer everything, if I'm going to be honest. So this is the strawberry. It tastes okay. There's nothing wrong per se, but it tastes almost like, see how dark it is? Usually in America, the strawberry jams are more red. And I know you're going to say, oh, that's because they use dyes and stuff like that. Well, this doesn't even taste like strawberry, really. This just tastes like a sweet guava. You know what I mean? Just like this dank, sweet fruit. It's got little seeds in it, but it doesn't taste very much like strawberry. That's weird. I wonder if it's, since it's, you know, been in this package for a while, you know, maybe it loses its flavor, but it just tastes like something sweet, like syrupy, like almost like a date. So now we're gonna have it with one of these. This is the guava. And this is the one that looks open. Do we have another one? No, they only gave me one guava that looks open, and I'm still gonna use it. And this is how it looks. It doesn't look the prettiest, if I'm being honest. Just a block of guava flavor. Or just some kind of, yeah, that's what I think it is. And so here we go. They taste very similar. Too similar. They should have like a strong, distinct flavor, but they taste almost identical. They're slightly different, but hard to notice. So if I could be critical about something, it'd be that. Otherwise, this combination right here is beautiful. 10 out of 10 for the coffee, guys. Real good. And so this food is still, you know, starting to boil, and it's still getting hot, so that's good. It's still burning. Let me just stir it around a little bit. It looks pretty decent. A lot of rice, a little bit of meat. Oh, we got some big old sausages. Look at that. So this is gonna be ready any minute. I'm gonna finish that coffee and jump into that. And then let's stir this one up a little bit. This rice is like so dehydrated that it's like a block, but we got to make do with what we have and not be too picky, because we are in the military, so we got to be tough. Oh, guys, speaking of tough, I got to tell you, so from Brazilian culture, like I said before, I didn't know too many Brazilians growing up, maybe like two or three, but not like long time, very close friends, more so acquaintances and stuff. So I don't know too much about Brazilian culture other than like what you pick up from just daily living, from what you see on TV and stuff. But what I must say is the movie City of God. That's what introduced me to like the real Brazil in my head. And so because I was, you know, I grew up in the 90s, so like City of God is a very like 90s style of movie that I love. And then also Elite Squad, that was a great movie too. And so that was, I guess, came to mind when I spoke about toughness when it showed the elite squad training and the way they ate their food when they dumped all the food on the floor and they had to eat with their hands. It was pretty intense. It was pretty cool. It just goes to show you all the psychological training that they do for war, you know, which is tough. You know, it's a hard job being in the military, being like an elite force of like police like that. For me, it's not, in my personal opinion, it's all cool and stuff, but the money is too little. In my opinion. Like if I actually made great money doing cool stuff like that, I would do it, but not for the same amount of money I could work at a gas station. That's not cool. You know, being broke is not cool. It's not worth it to me to be a badass person, like, you know, cool guy that kicks ass but make no money. I'll pass on that personally. All right, guys, this food is looking ready. I'm about to get a plate and start laying it all out. Ooh, all right. So let's start with this one. It looks about ready, wouldn't you say? I mean, we could wait till the cows come home and, you know, who knows, but it seems ready to me. I'm gonna lay it all out here. This is a huge portion. I mean, that's a lot of food. And it looks heated up perfect because it's already starting to get like this gelatinous kind of like stickiness to it, which is usually a sign like, oh yeah, it's doing its thing. Guys, up close, that's how it's looking. First, I'm gonna try it like this. Then I'm gonna try it, of course, with the cassava. Let me plate both of them, might as well. I love this heater that I bought, by the way, over here. Does justice. See, first thing I gotta say is, I mean, this food looks so much alike. It looks like I'm eating, even though this is the beef stroganoff. Oh, this is so ready. You could see how like sticky it is and gooey. But look how similar this food is, guys. For us Americans, this would be like 2 plates of the same thing almost. It's very, very similar. All right. Obviously, there is a difference, so. All right, that's steaming hot. That's delicious. All right, let's get into it. So first bite going in. We're going to do the beans. We're going to do the rice. And we're going to do that slice of meat. So check it out. First bite going in. Oh, that's hot. Tastes very beany, like beans. That's the overwhelming first flavor you get is taste of beans, more than anything. The rice has no flavor. It's white rice, so it's just filler to fill your stomach. But it tastes like white boiled beans. Not even hard seasoned beans, just like very basic, maybe just some salt. Let's try this sausage. The sausage tastes like the fakest sausage that came out of a can or something. Has almost no sausage flavor at all. It obviously it tastes like something, like a meat, but just not flavorful and delicious and rich. Like canned food. Overall, this goes very well together, and it's filling and it's hearty, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not flavorful. It's like I'm eating a can of beans, if I'm gonna be quite honest. That's what this tastes like. The textures make it better and it's more pleasant because obviously look how nice it looks. It's all mushy, you know, with the rice absorbs a lot of that juice from the beans, and so it's got heartiness to it and it is filling. But it literally tastes like you're eating, flavor-wise, you're eating beans. That's it. So we're gonna put some of this cassava on it and see if it changes the game. Because it looks like we definitely need to change the game. Now there's different ways of doing it. Some people put more, some people put less. I don't know what this is. This, I would say this is like medium. I would say this is medium, middle of the road cassava. And they say not to mix it. They just say keep it like that. It'll mix in your mouth. So, and this is also very regional. Apparently, this is done like this more in the northern part of Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. Not so much down south, but I could be wrong. That's what I read in my comments. And it gives it a little bit more depth, just a little bit more depth. A little baby crunch. Yeah, because this one is not like seasoned or anything like that. It's like very simple. It just tastes more wheatier, so it tastes a little bit heartier. So does it make it a lot better? Not really. I'm gonna take all this meat in this bite. Look at this. I'll be honest, I don't have much to say about that meal. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not delicious. That's the best way I could put it. Just not. It really not. It's like from a 1 to a 10, I give it a 5 just because it's like very bland. You're not tasting something that's giving you that kind of like sensation of, wow, that's delicious. You know, it's just very basic. And so, you know, a lot of people get attached to these reviews, especially like from, you know, their ethnic country. So they'll be like, oh, he doesn't like it because he eats that shitty American food. And that's not the case, because I do eat healthy American food. And also there's stuff that's not healthy that's Brazilian, that Brazilians eat. Like this is not healthy. I'm about to drink this. This is part of this meal. This is basically pure sugar. There's nothing healthy about this. So if I'm saying this is bland, it's because it's not seasoned very much, not because my taste buds are used to eating synthetic flavoring. That's all, so keep that in mind. And don't take it personally, because this is nothing personal. Because I know that this is not homemade food, obviously. This is military MREs, so I don't expect it to be, you know, the best thing I ever had. Also, it's got a lot of good going for it, because it's actually doesn't taste like chemicals, really. It doesn't taste bad. I wish it was more flavored. That's it. Now I know this is supposed to be diluted in a lot more water, but first of all, what am I supposed to carry, a bucket? Where am I gonna fit this water? Usually people have cups, and if not a cup, usually the military is issued something like this to drink. So the only thing I would do is pour less powder, and I understand I could pour less, but I just want to get the full flavor, take a few sips, and move on to the next one. That's my reasoning for doing it like this. Very good. It just tastes like an orangeade. Bomb. All right, we're gonna try the next meal right here. Okay, this is the stroganoff, I believe. The beef stroganoff. First, I'm gonna taste it just straight up. Take a look at that. This one tastes a lot more flavorful. It's because of that beef. That fat from the beef makes it more savory and flavorful. This, just because those little pieces of like slim cut sausage, they tasted like they came out of a can, so they didn't have enough flavor to disperse, so you only tasted the bean sauce. With this one, you actually taste like a rich, hearty graviness, you know? It's just way more filling. 10 times more delicious. If this was a 5, I'll give this one a 9, if not a 10. This might even be a 10, to be honest with you. I'll give it a 9 only because this is not something like out of this world fancy or different. It's just basic basic beef stroganoff, but this is good. If somebody gave this to me, I wouldn't be surprised like if they told me, oh, my mom made it. You know what I mean? Very, very delicious. You could see the chunks of meat in there. They're all nice and red chunks of delicious meat. I wouldn't even put the cassava in there, but I will just to give it a try. But in my opinion, this doesn't need anything. And it looks like it has even white mushrooms. I'm not sure if that's what that is. That's what it looks like. Oh yeah, it has mushrooms, so it has more depth. So all in all, this meal is way better. Now let me put some of this. This is meant to be used at your own discretion, but I'm one of those people that I love trying different things, and your taste buds change. So maybe the first time you try it, you won't love it, but by the third, fourth, it might be a lot better. So yeah, so it does change it a little bit, makes it even more hearty. It might even bring out just a little bit more flavor because that starchiness kind of like just gives it more flavor. Also, it makes the whole experience different because now it's not as wet, it becomes a little more gooey. All right, so it's like more of a gooey sensation in your mouth in a good way, like a lot of just thicker sauce. Real good, solid 9 out of 10. I definitely eat this again. One more bite of this going in, and then we're gonna move on to the next. We're gonna try all the bars and everything, the juices. Real good. Time for the grape juice. And then we're gonna have the little fruit juice. So here goes the grape. Ooh, wow, that's great. And this was cut open. This is the one that's cut open. So ain't that a shame? And I'm still gonna open it and use it. See how thick it is? It's because it got moisture in there from the air. I hope I should be okay. I should be fine. And this is the fruit one. So yeah, guys, you please recommend some Brazilian movies for me. I want to see like the modern movies that are good, you know. And now, if just like from my example, City of God and Elite Squad, like I like that style of movie. I like that style of filming. Like it almost feels like you're watching a documentary. Those are my favorite. Documentaries are my favorite, but if it comes to movies, I like them filmed that way. So if there's any more movies like that from Brazil, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about that. Wow, I'm already sweating. It's so hot. And it just stopped raining too. So this is my meal before I go to work. So I'll be ready to work today. I'm gonna get a lot done. Make sure not to eat any more, so I don't end up gaining all this crazy weight, but it comes with the territory of reviewing food. I'm not complaining. All right, so that's the fruit. Still not mixed well. And yes, I know, guys, I'm supposed to use a lot more water. That's great. I don't want to. I just want to taste it. This is delicious. This I love. They don't have this in any other MRE. This is very Brazilian. It just tastes like cream, like a creamsicle with like a fruit cocktail blend, okay? Very like, it's not very bright, okay? It's more of a creamy than bright. It's almost like drinking strawberry, like a strawberry creamsicle. This is very much a dessert. Real nice. And this is just grape juice. Yeah, this tastes like grape juice. Is perfectly fine. I love the taste of this grape juice. 10 out of 10 for the grape juice. All right, moving on. Now I'm gonna do the hot chocolate and I'm gonna do the protein bars. So I was told in the last time I did the chocolate that I added too much water, so this time I'm gonna pour a lot less. It's annoying to open this because it's so sticky with like guava on the outside that like I have to play around with it so I don't get sticky sauce all over me. But anyway, that's why I'm opening it all weird. There it goes. And hot water, just a little bit. I just want like the essence of this. See, this is a very good hot chocolate. Other countries, when I try their hot chocolates, a lot of other countries, it's just pure cacao. And this one has the cream and the sugar in there. This is how hot chocolate should be drunk. In my personal opinion, this is how I prefer it. It's absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10 for the hot chocolate. This is like hot chocolate that you would buy in the street during Christmas time. Beautiful. Lots of sweetness, which is how I expect to eat chocolate. Now, I don't like my chocolate bitter. People explain, oh, it's healthy. I'm like, well, if it's healthy, why is all the other food in your MRE not healthy? So don't give it that excuse. It's either good or not. That's how I look at it, and that's good. All right, we're gonna try the protein bar. We're gonna try this one because it's less sticky. I've had it before. Let me remind myself what it was about. This is how it looks like. You know, not the prettiest thing, not the worst either. 23% protein. So, how much protein? 30 grams. That's a lot of protein, little thing. No wonder. It tastes medical. It tastes like one of those diet bars. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just tastes not delicious. It's just something to chew on with a little bit of chocolatiness. The inside is all chewy and dense. And the flavor tastes almost like chocolate syrup. So it doesn't taste anything like cookies and cream whatsoever. It just tastes like a protein bar that you'd find in like the pharmacy, you know what I mean? Or at least here in America, that's how they would sell these. Nothing special about that. Let's see what this concoction is. It feels super slimy in there. Like it feels gelatinous. Oh, there we go. It's like some kind of guava jelly bar. Now, I don't know if I should eat this like straight up or am I supposed to put this on a cracker or what? Because this is slimy. Look at that. How are you supposed to eat this? If you're a soldier, I mean, this is the most uncomfortable thing to eat. I mean, look at this. It's literally just a slab of jelly. So just imagine how dirty you are if you're in the field somewhere in the woods, you know, or in the sand. Like, this is disgusting to eat in a place like that, in my opinion. Yeah, this tastes like some kind of guava, but it tastes like a guava bar, but it tastes more like this is meant to eat on a cracker. Like, it's so intense. It's like syrup. Like I've eaten the jellies, you know, the little packets of jellies. That's basically exactly what this tastes like. Like, it definitely needs a cracker. Guys, let me know in the comments if you eat that bar by itself straight up or on a cracker. But by itself, it just seems very intense. So I think I need 2 crackers. That's how sweet and syrupy this is. Pure syrup. Much more delicious like that. Because the cracker is salty and dry, so it absorbs, it gives it a better balance with the syrupy sweetness, and it absorbs that jelly. It's almost like a dessert sandwich. But I don't know if it should be eaten that way. It just tastes great like that. All right, we have 2 more items. We have their isotonic lemon drink, and we have their famous banana bar. I love this bar. Let's do the isotonic first. Guys, I made such a mess here. I'm so sticky. This food is definitely messy and gooey and sticky and stuff like that. Obviously the crackers everywhere. So this would happen with all MREs, but some are stickier than others, and these have a lot of jellies, jams, guavas, fruit that's like all sticky and gooey. There'd probably be ants here everywhere if I was in the military. Guys, if you're in the Brazilian military, tell me some of your anecdotes and your experiences eating this type of food in the field. Yeah, just let me know, how it is eating all this sticky stuff. All right, and that just tastes like a lime drink. Not bad, not delicious. I like this one the least out of all of them. In my opinion, the grape, the orange is equal. They're both absolutely delicious. This is the best. It's the most exotic. It's like their fruit cocktail. It tastes like a strawberry cocktail cream. And finally, last thing that I'm gonna try is this banana bar. Now I've had this before. Looks like it's covered with like some little pieces of granules of sugar. Bananicas. Good in flavor, good in texture. Another chewy bar. You see the theme here, how everything's like all chewy and sweet? I think this would be so hard to eat, like sitting on sand with ants around you, like, oh man. And then you gotta wash your hands basically. So yeah, very one-of-a-kind MRE from Brazil, guys. Thank you so much for watching this long. I appreciate all the follows. I appreciate all the comments down below. It definitely makes things more interesting for me. If you like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe. I have more Brazilian videos coming soon. I have Brazilian candies just delivered to my doorstep yesterday. So I'm gonna do a review of like the famous Brazil candies. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching. Till next time, signing off.